Greetings and welcome to a Prayerful Pause. I'm Nancy Woodworth-Hill and amongst other things a spiritual director. Today we will look at St. Valentine's Day. Now St. Valentine's Day is often celebrated with flowers and chocolates or other sweets and gifts. But a look at its origins may provide a few surprises. First, who is St. Valentine? There are actually at least 3 contenders, 2 killed on order of the Roman Emperor Claudius II in the late 3rd century. Now legend has it that St. Valentine was a priest serving a church in 3rd century Rome. When the emperor realized soldiers who were single were better than those who were married, he outlawed marriage for young men. The priest Valentine saw this as an injustice and secretly performed marriages. Discovered, the emperor ordered his beheading. A different legend has it that St. Valentine was Valentine, Bishop of Terni. He was beheaded by Claudius II outside of Rome, also likely for performing marriages. Yet another legend, which has 2 different variations, suggests that a man named Valentine was killed for helping Christians escape Roman prisons. One story suggests that this Valentine was actually in prison, fell in love with a young girl, perhaps the jailer's daughter, and before his death he is alleged to have written her a letter signed, "From your Valentine." As for what really happened, it's impossible to discern, but notice that all 3 of these legends expressed Valentine's appeal as a sympathetic, heroic, and romantic figure. The date, February 14th, may be the anniversary of the date of Valentine's death or burial, or it may be the Christianization of Lupercalia, a Roman fertility festival celebrated on February 15th. Lupercalia was outlawed by Pope Gelasius at the end of the 5th century, and he was the one who set the date for the commemoration of St. Valentine. In the Middle Ages, with notions of heraldic chivalry, Valentine's story spread far and wide. He was one of the most popular saints in France and in England. The English poet Geoffrey Chaucer was the first to record Valentine's Day as a day of romantic celebration in his 1375 poem, A Parliament of Fowls. The oldest written Valentine greetings that are still in existence date to 1415. Charles, the Duke of Orleans, sent a poem to his wife while he was imprisoned in the Tower of London, following his capture in battle. The Victorian practice of sending cards has also impacted what our modern celebration has become. Beyond tracing the bits of history of St. Valentine's Day, it is appropriate to consider what is celebrated: love. So what is love? We can love ice cream. We can love a sports team. We can love our children or a partner. These very typical uses of this word yield a rather wide array of things to love. A Christian understanding of love is quite different. Here is St. Paul's magnificent ode to love in the 13th chapter of his first letter to the Corinthians. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith, so as to remove mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. But as for prophecies, they will come to an end. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will come to an end. For if we know only in part, and we prophesy only in part, but when the complete comes, the partial will come to an end. When I was a child, I spoke like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. When I became an adult, I put an end to childish ways. For now we see in a mirror, dimly, but then we will see face to face. Now I know only in part. Then I will know fully, even as I have been fully known. And now faith, hope, and love abide, these three. And the greatest of these is love. The original Greek word used is caritas, from which we get our word charity. This sense of love is about being present in the present moment. Faith points us to our past, what we trust, what we stand on as a foundation. Hope points us towards a future of fulfillment, where we believe we can count on God's promises of Emmanuel, God with us. And these are held together by the present moment, the now element of relationship. We are to be in caritas, which is also translated as brotherly love. This kind of love is about much more than emotions. It includes our head, our decision-making part. Love is how we treat one another. Love is the recognition of, in Christian terms, the Christ that is within each of us, that is seen. It is tenderness in the face of pain, mischievousness in the face of resistance, and fierceness in the face of injustice. Emotions come and go. Love is an action in the present moment. As you celebrate those close to you on Valentine's Day, remember also those who are not well loved. For, as Jesus said, love one another. If this video has been helpful to you, please consider sharing it. Go in peace.